Hi.
Don't just say hi. I do the intro, not you.
Well, you weren't doing it, so do it.
I just now thought of one.
Okay, do it.
You didn't have a script. Yeah, good. That's
Well, no, I thought
great.
I could
That's
just come
great.
up with something on the spot. Anyway, welcome to the Dum Dum Lab.
Oh, God.
That was
Where we're not the idiots, you are.
No.
I'm your host, the incredible, the unstoppable, the delicious,
Oh,
mouth-watering
God, no.
Red Wing Wonder, otherwise known as Alex.
No.
No.
I'm here to tell you the facts, what's straight, and what's going on in my world. And together with me are the dynamic duo, my Robins to my Batman,
No, I don't like this.
but mine is the crowbar,
No.
This
and
is...
again shot on the head.
Hi, it's Jason Todd.
Well, also Rick Grayson, if you know. Okay, anyway, with me and you guys, first of all is the unstoppable, the untainable, the Fall Guys loving, cat smothering. It's
Hi,
Fluffs.
it's me.
It's Fluffs.
Hello. My name
Sure,
is...
you don't have to be so close to it.
Sorry,
You don't have to
my
be so
name
close.
is Fluffs.
Yeah, we
and
shouldn't
There
be
you
so
go.
we shouldn't be so close to this.
I like being super close to microphones, as you may all...
Just
No?
sit back and relax. I mean, these are good microphones, so you don't have to worry about being up close with these things.
I like murder mysteries and fan fiction and things like that.
Particularly gay fan fiction. She's especially into that.
Well, what other type of fan fiction is there?
Apparently to you know.
Femdom.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And speaking of fandom, it's the Dom that's always got something going on. It is Bear. Say hi, Bear.
Cunt.
Okay, well there goes that one rule I had, which was minimal swearing, but
Hey,
shoot.
we're women. We're allowed to say it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You're just not allowed to say it.
I literally don't care much for the word. Anyway, this podcast is primarily about just us talking, coming up with some bullshit, having arguments, coming up with ideas. It's whatever the heck we want, whenever we want to do it.
Hey, my idea is not bullshit. It is scientifically proven to work.
Yes.
It's not like that I just came up with this 30 minutes ago. And,
Did you just come up with this 30 minutes ago?
Well, I had another idea prepared, but the idea turned out to be stupid, so I went with this one instead.
All right. You know what? I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
First of all, just to let everyone know, today's topic, is called Beat the Heat, because I know this is towards the end of the summer. You know, it's on that back end of the summer, but honestly, it's getting hotter than ever. Let's be 100%.
Well, August is the hottest of the months, inside my opinion. Remember when we were little kids and we'd have to wake up early to get on the school bus and everything like that? Like, at that time, the temperature was fine, but like 3 o'clock when we're on the bus,
3 o'clock.
it's like 3,000 degrees outside.
There's literally a bus in the summer is nothing more than a moving toaster oven. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Did they put kids in there? They shoved a bunch of kids inside of an oven
With no seatbelts.
with no seatbelts, and expected us...
Wait, no. With a drug addict driving.
Yeah, with a drug addict driving.
Half the time, she is either a drug addict or an alcoholic. I will say that for a fact.
The point is, you put your children inside of these large toaster ovens driving by someone that's probably a sex offender,
Uh-huh.
and you expect them to come out of that with positive experiences.
As us three who have lived going on the bus, going to school, it gets pretty bad.
What the advice that I'm going to give later on, this would have been so useful for everyone on that bus.
I'm sure. But apart from that little tangent, let's talk real quick. What are we all drinking today?
Why does that matter?
Well, I mean, possible sponsorship in the future.
No.
Well, I'm just going to say that I've got myself a little Shirley Temple, which is delightful.
I have a non-brand lemon lime soda, not sponsored by anything.
Of course.
I don't want your money.
I'm sure you don't.
I have right here the Diet Dr. Pepper, for it is the greatest drink you'll ever have. It is the sweet one.
That is true.
I'm not a big Diet Dr. Pepper fan, guy.
Oh,
Just-
fuck you.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's alright. I mean, personally, I'm not big into sodas. I mean, the only reason why I'm drinking a Shirley Temple is because it's literally just a random drink, a random off-brand drink that they have over at the Cracker Barrel. It's good,
Well,
but most of the time I'll either drink water, juice, maybe a root beer, and then like mixed drinks. Like, you know, I drink like G Fuels, liquid IVs, stuff that you just mix water in and shake it up. That's all I drink.
well, to be fair, when someone does not want to drink alcohol at a bar, they do usually order a Shirley Temple because it may not be alcoholic, but it tastes amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know what a Shirley Temple was until I saw Angel just drink one on like episode 2, and then he,
Husband Hotel.
yeah, and he was like, fuck this Shirley Temper, can you get me some vodka up in here? And then they were like, no, we're not going to do that. And then he was like, come on, what do I have to do? What does a spider demon have to do to get some good alcohol and dick around here? What? He was a prostitute.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure he was.
Like, he's my favorite character. I love him.
I'm sure you do. You do like to talk about. You have that little that pig thing from the show. What was it called?
Fat Nuggets.
Fat Nuggets.
Yeah, I got a plush Fat Nuggets. He's my. He watches RuPaul's Drag Race with me, and we watch murder shows together, and then my cat Comet gets jealous of him. You know, he's great.
I don't think Comet gets that jealous. He just literally comes in and plops on you. He doesn't sit on you. He doesn't lay.
It's
he
the
just
best
plops.
$30 that I've ever spent.
Anyway, so now that we're done with a little bit of that, let's move on to the topic, which is beat the heat. Now, real quick, just let everyone know we are down here in the South. I'm just gonna say we're in Alabama. It gets hot. It gets humid. It gets shitty down here. It's terrible. No one likes it here when it comes to the heat.
There's only 2 temperatures inside of Alabama. There is hot and then there's cold. 10 months out of the year, it is hot.
Mm-hmm. And it literally sucks. So that is why we 3 have come together separately to come up with ideas. So the idea of this show is that, you know, each week we're gonna, or each time we do the cast, depending on what time frame we choose to come around to it, we're going to come up with a topic and argue with each other, or come up with some to see who has the better idea, and whoever wins becomes the host of the next week, comes up with a new topic, and then so on and so forth. This week, there's not really a host. I mean, if you could call me the host, just because it's my channel, my show, and whatnot, but 100%, this is just us shooting the shit and just trying to find our bearings. So, I'll just go first. Because
Okay.
literally the only thing I've written for the show is just the idea portion. So, for my idea, I want to focus on the main
No.
thing.
What's the name of the idea?
Yeah, give us the title.
Right, titles. We gotta go around with
Yeah.
our titles. My bad. The title of my idea is called The Frozone.
The Frozone, like a afro, or
No. Like VFRO/ZONE. Frozone.
okay.
It sounds like some kind of froyo place.
It sounds like, you remember that guy from The Incredibles?
Oh yeah.
The guy that had the ice powers, the guy's friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And he was like, "Honey, where's my super suit and everything?" And it
Yeah,
was hilarious.
Yeah. And so, let me go ahead and tell you the idea. Now, with my idea, I'm focusing.
Are we not gonna go around the table and say?
Oh, I thought that
our
we
names?
would do.
No, we gotta say our titles.
And then whichever sounds the most intriguing goes first.
I thought we agreed I would go first.
No. Whoever agreed on that?
I did.
No.
Okay, fine. Mine's is the Frozone. Kelly, what's your idea?
My idea is called "I'm Hotter Than You."
I love that. That sounds great.
Okay. Fluffs, what's your idea?
Okay, my idea is called. Let me get my brain here. My brain is not here.
Did you?
That's a great idea, Fluff.
It's
I love
called Camels versus Squirrels. Which one would survive?
What? I'm mortally terrified and yet intrigued.
Camel versus squirrel. Which one would survive?
Okay. In that point, who goes first? I mean, should I go? I don't know in
it.
this.
Who was the most intriguing?
Yeah, whose was the most intriguing to you?
I mean, I mean, Kelly. I mean, your idea. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm more interested in listening to what Fluffs has.
Okay, go on.
So
Fluff.
I think we'll
Yeah.
have Fluffs go first because I'm interested in what train wreck of an idea you have.
Okay. So this is my idea. I want you guys to picture this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see, the reason why it is so hot nowadays is because of us humans populating the Earth. You know, global warming and all that good stuff.
Right.
It's our fault. We need to adapt to the
Okay.
situation that we found ourselves upon. So I tried to look up at which animals have adapted to the situations that we have bestowed upon them.
Okay.
So my first idea, I was thinking to myself, maybe it's because that we have such high body temperature. Because humans, we usually have like 98 degrees Fahrenheit body temperature. But then I took a look. Camels, who can survive ungodly hot environments, have 104 degrees Fahrenheit, while the Arctic ground squirrel, which has the lowest body temperature at 27 degrees Fahrenheit, would just die if you put him inside a desert. So inside of that, I thought to myself, we need to be more like camels, and we gotta get our body temperature up, because apparently the higher your body temperature, the less susceptible you are to the heat, given this argument. So I started looking up ways to increase your body temperature, which, you know, you can increase with high-calorie foods and exercise and hot environments, hot anything, masturbating, things like that.
That has been proven by the military. That is, you know, you see military out in the heat all the time, just exercising, and most people are like, how do you survive? Like, even out in Afghanistan, for example, where it's like literally desert and heat. They can survive just because they train all the time. They eat high base amounts of calories all the time.
Yeah,
it's
a
a
lot
sound
of protein.
fact.
A lot of
protein too. So that is a sound fact.
So I believe that we as humans need to raise our body temperature so that we can, you know, be more like the camels and survive.
That is strangely very close to my idea, which I'm very sure you stole from me.
No.
Because I did tell you my idea.
You did tell me the idea, but I specifically was looking at body
this is
temperature
interesting.
and camels and squirrels. Yours has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, but it does involve, you know, rising of the heat fluffs.
All right.
Yeah, but that's the whole.
That's the main concept.
Yeah, but that's different. This is a different perspective. This is being a camel.
All right, hold on a sec. Okay. Now I'm interested on how close Kelly's argument is to yours, Fluffs, because I mean, I want to know whether or not you stole this idea or not.
She did still.
No,
It was stolen.
Kaylee's idea. Her idea is
No,
completely
let
different.
me see it. Let me say it.
All right.
Here you go.
Well, first,
Say it.
let me just ask, Fluffs, is that the rest of your idea? Just is that you have anything else you want to add to it?
Okay, well, I gotta add to it. You know
Okay.
how people go into the hospital with high fevers and everything like
Yes.
that? The highest recorded fever that someone's ever had was 115 degrees.
Mhm.
I think we need to push the limits.
Push the limits.
The reason why they send you, that they think it's bad for you to do that is because they don't want to change. They don't want to change the environment. It's a big conspiracy
Alright,
against
Fluffs.
us.
What would you do to change that?
Well, it's obviously been set up by the Arctic ground squirrels. They have found out their weakness. and they want to come over to us humans and impose their will upon us. But the camels, they say no, we're not going to do this. So the camels are trying to raise our body temperature for their telekinetic powers.
Mm-hmm.
Because, just exercising isn't enough anymore. But here comes the Arctic squirrels, and they're just coming here, and they want to fuck us up.
Mm.
Because we fucked up their Arctic. The Arctics are shrinking and everything like that. By the deserts are rising, so the camels are just trying to make sure us humans keep being destructive and have higher heat.
Okay,
Well,
so
Yeah.
who's on the right side? Who's on the wrong side? Should we be
It's
on
a
the side
big-
of the camels or on the side of the squirrels?
It's
a-
like capitalism and communism.
Yeah.
Like, they're both good, but the other side sees it as bad.
Yeah, it really just depends on your perspective. You could say that the squirrels are just trying to maintain proper order, and you could just say that the camels are trying their best to adapt to new situations, or you could say that humans are just dicks altogether, which I agree with that part. Humans are just dicks altogether,
100%. We are 100% dick.
and I think that the animals are trying to take what they can from this.
Okay.
So my final argument from this is you take it as you will, but if you want to beat the heat, raise your body temperature.
Beat the heat, get hotter. Interesting. Now,
Well-
Kelly, real quick,
Mhm.
does your idea have anything to do with telekinetic camels or world plotting squirrels?
No.
Arctic ground squirrels.
They still are squirrels.
Not all squirrels. This is not like Rick and Morty where all the squirrels are working together. It's just the Arctic ground squirrels.
Okay.
Just them.
Are you saying the Arctic ground squirrels are racist against other squirrels?
Of course they are. What, are you suggesting that they're not? Look, pull up a video of the Arctic ground squirrels. Have you ever seen them interact with any other type of squirrel?
Well, that's because they're all alone.
Yeah, just like the humans were thousands of years ago inside of their own portion of the world.
Alright. Alright, well, now I want to hear Kaylee's argument. Now, tell me, what was the name of your idea again?
It's called I'm Hotter Than You.
Alright. Well, proceed.
Okay. So, we have come into a time in our world where the global warming is just, we can't ignore it anymore. It's coming for us, and it's gonna kill us.
Some would argue it's already came.
Yeah. So, how do you defeat global warming? You adapt. You become hotter than global warming. So what do you do to become hotter than global warming? You fuck. And you fuck. And this helps in many ways.
Mhm.
This will help the porn industry. This will help the global warming. That's it.
Wait, what
Wait,
about
what?
what are those things called? AMSRs? ASMRs? The porn thing, but instead of looking at it, you hear it. You know what that's called?
ASMR.
Yeah, AMS. Will that be good, for that industry as well?
Well, it's good for all of the porn industry.
Okay, I
Because
didn't.
they're fucking fluffs.
That
The
is true.
fucking is
Well, no,
unbearable.
but
It's
what-
unstoppable.
But
Wait,
what if they're
so-
just dirty talking into the mic?
No, sir. The way you become hotter than anything else, you embrace being a total fucking whore.
I love this.
When you embrace that, you become the hottest thing in the area. You become so hot that the outer heat is nothing to you. It's nothing. No. And global warming does nothing to you because you're hotter than it.
Okay.
And so if we all just adapt to this method, then global warming will be nothing to us. Sure, we might lose all the animals. Sure, we might lose the Antarctic. But who gives a fuck? We'll be hotter than the heat itself, so it wouldn't be a problem. And then And then, finally, once you've reached the point of being so unbearably hot, you will become your own star. So that will also solve our sun from blowing up. Because every now and then, we will have a new person pay tribute by going into space and being our new sun to provide us heat.
Is this going to be like the Hunger Games where they
No,
have...
Serena, no, it's nothing like
No,
that.
no,
There's
it's
like
like
a,
it's
no,
called
no,
the
no,
fucking
no.
games.
No, it's a bingo bowl.
Whoever, oh no, it's a reverse bingo.
It's
Whoever
a big bingo bowl.
whoever gets bingo has to, it becomes tribute, and they have aggressively good sets, and are shot into the sun.
I just imagine
And
a guy gets picked, he's like a 40-something-year-old man, he gets picked and he looks at his wife and his children, he's like, I must go, this is my duty to fulfill for the human race, and then they're like, no, Papa, no, please, Daddy,
And
no.
as he's heading out the door to the rocket ship, there's like a 20-something-year-old hot redhead. He's like, I guess we have to do it. And he's like, it's for... And he starts unbuttoning his shirt and he's like, it's for our people. And they just go.
No, there's no... When you become a star, you don't have to fuck. You already are hot.
Well,
You've attained that level. You can
So it's-
hold on. No. You can hold on to that level. You don't need fucking.
It's like
you
a
don't need anything else. You just are in the middle of space and time,
So-
and you were just rotating.
So we just turn it on.
It's just a
So
health
basically,
circle jerk.
we have sets long enough, get hot enough, and we attain a level of to become strong enough to become a star. Are you sure we're not just becoming a bunch of Super Saiyans or something? That we
Even if we are, that would also solve war.
It's just a bunch of super powered fucksters just going around just blasting people with their dicks.
Hey, Alex, you asked for us to beat the heat.
Yes, I did. I did
This
not.
idea, this is amazing.
I did not think this
I
was the
love
last thing I could think.
How
I
many
mean,
points? How many points?
Yeah, points.
Points. Yeah, points.
All right. Since we're gonna do a point-based system, apparently.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, what else would we...
Well, first we have to solve the argument on whether or not Fluff's idea was original or not. Now, to be fair, you both had the similar idea of raising body heat.
Yeah, but my body heat's not going to make you a sun or anything.
Yes,
my
yes.
body heat's just so
Hold
that you're
on.
going to be hot enough to be a camel
Hold
temperature.
on. I'm the judge of this little problem. All right. So I will agree. You do both have the same idea. However, like you said, Fluffs, your idea doesn't involve fucking each other into the sun or whatever.
She's talking about millions upon billions of Fahrenheit body temperature. I'm talking about just raising it like 5.
So I'm going to say between the two of you, you have a more sound argument, oddly enough, involving the telekinetic camels and world-plotting squirrels from the Arctic. Meanwhile, you just want people to have sets all the time. And by the way, that's not going to help the porn industry because people watch porn because they're lonely. People watch porn because they don't have the chance to fuck. What you're doing is creating an industry to make it so that prostitution is legalized.
Are you saying that hot people don't watch porn?
No, hot people do watch porn. It's just it's not a common thing. Who would want to watch porn when they've got a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a non-binary mate?
Yeah,
I'd
like to.
There is
Well-
people out there even who have partners. They watch porn together.
Well, I'm sure, but it's not going to be as common because what you're thinking of is creating a new system where everyone just has sets
Hey,
whenever
Alex,
they
this
want.
is the 21st century. You know, when someone, instead of going out to cheat, they watch porn, and then someone's like, hey, honey, what you doing? Oh, I'm watching porn. Oh, okay.
Serena,
They don't care anymore.
Serena, I think he's working with the squirrels.
Oh, God.
He cannot embrace change.
You know what? Just
Yeah.
to prove I'm not part of the squirrels and I'm gonna be part of the camel race or whatever. Fluffs, I'm giving you 100 points.
Yeah.
And Kelly, for your idea, I mean, I enjoyed the title.
But I solved multiple problems at once.
To be fair, she
Serena,
did.
you only solved one problem.
True, but
I
for
solved
Fluffs
multiple.
to have a more coherent argument. Well, not argument.
Here, and she's talking about squirrels and camels.
You're talking about having people bone to the point where they become a Super Saiyan and become some sort of star deity and get rocketed off into space. At least Fluffs isn't blasting people to Jupiter just so she can prove a point.
To be fair, how many people would you have to fuck to become a son?
How many?
How many people?
Roughly around maybe 50
All right.
in like a week.
Wait, I'm gonna look something up.
No.
I'm gonna look something up. I'm gonna do just
So
check.
it's like a
What is?
relay. Yeah. Once you're done, you bring the next person in. You just keep going.
Well, wouldn't you figure that porn stars would already be sons then? Because they have sex with people all the time.
It's already working. It's already working. The porn industry is doing great. The climate change is not doing much to us. The porn industry is helping us. They are helping us right now.
Okay, so your argument is we've already won.
Yeah, we won. All we have to do now is get to the point where they're hot enough to be the new sun.
Alright, here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to figure out how hot is a neutron star. I'm going to divide that by the average body temperature, and that will give us our answer on how many.
Well, no, you're saying if you combine two body temperatures, that's not how it works.
Combining it doesn't...
I'm assuming that Kelly's idea involves absorbing other people's body heat.
No, it doesn't. You just rise your own body heat.
Yeah.
You clearly don't understand what my idea is. Therefore, you're lacking in giving points.
Yeah. I thought that we were all just going to vote at the end who we thought was the best.
Which we are. We're just now. This is Dum Dum Lab. The points don't matter and the arguments don't either.
Well, I love whose line is it anyways.
So okay, well the answer was like 19,800 something, but that's gonna be a lot of people to bone, and I don't think I've got enough semen for that. So moving on.
It's not impossible though. There's 8 billion people on the planet.
That is actually a fair point for us. Very fair point. Now it's my idea, which is actually a more coherent idea. I will put it that.
What was the name of your idea again?
The Frozone.
Okay.
All right. So my idea is
Don't get too close. Don't get too close to the mic, Alex.
All right. I'll hang back over here.
Look, just like Icarus, real quick. Just like Icarus, he went too close to the sun because the sun was so hot. He wanted to fuck that sun.
Yeah, he was gonna become our new son.
Yeah, but then assholes like you.
But then God was like, "No, we cannot have a new son yet. You're not ready."
Wait, I don't think. I think that Icarus is. It's a myth from not from Christian mythology. It's from.
So.
Okay, that's fair. You know what? That makes sense.
We are defying religion over here, Fluffs. Mythology and whatnot. Okay, so the Frozone. Now the Frozone, which I thought of, is going to be more aimed towards theme parks, because when it's vacation time, theme parks like Disney, Six Flags, Huckleberry's Great Amazement Rides or whatever. Polyworld, Wayne's World. I mean, just all these amusement parks. People like to go to them in the summer. And as we all know from going to several amusement parks during several different times in our lives, it gets pretty hot during the summer. And, inside, and when you go through an amusement park, you see dozens of stands that sell you water and those weird little, those little spray bottle fan things,
Oh yeah, I know those. The ones you only use when you're on vacation and you never use them again.
Yeah. The fan things are ultimately pointless. Like 100%. Because let's be entirely honest. They are too small. The fans themselves. They're very small. And the sprayer full of water can only just cool you down just a little bit, until you run out. And then what do? You go over back to the concession stand, get you some more water. Or just fill it up with water from the sink, depending on how desperate to keeping your cash you are. But it's still ultimately pointless. It's too weak, too tiny, and it's a tiny foam fan. It's no good. drinking water truly is the best way to kind of get cooled down. But that cools you down internally, and you've got to sit down to do that. And it takes you about a few minutes after sitting down, drinking some water, so your body starts feeling a little cool. The best way to kind of cool yourself down is both internally and exteriorly. So the most effective way to do it is the Frozone. Now, to cool down both internally and externally is the goal of the Frozone. Have you ever heard of cryotherapy?
Cryo what now?
Cryotherapy.
Sir, no, I'm pretty sure we know what cryotherapy is. We watch you.
In case you don't know, audience.
Oh, I
and,
forgot.
And
so
Fluffs.
re-explain it.
In case you don't know, cryotherapy, sometimes known as cold therapy, is a local or general use of low temperature in medical therapy.
Oh, I remembered what
Yeah.
this was.
Cryo-
They put you in like a tube or something.
Not just that. Their cryotherapy is used in a variety of different ways. Cryotherapy may be used to treat a variety of tissue lesions. It's also a method of post-workout relief in several gyms and physical therapy centers that they use for these patients. But how do you mix theme parks and cryotherapy? We make it bigger. Like way bigger. I want you to imagine a cryopod but on the larger scale. My idea would be to use cryotherapy in a spa-like cryo room, a cryo spa, if you would. On various parts of the theme park, there will be these cooling stations that will not only offer water, but will offer up to 15 minutes in the patent pending Frozone. But if you're like at Disney, for example, and you're a vacation member, you get like 30 minutes or 45 because you get special perks.
The more that you pay.
Yeah, the more you pay, the more you get.
Well, so...
And you'll get like this special VIP area where you get to have like unlimited water given to you. You'll have people coming in, giving you whatever. And plus, imagine what if Disney were to make the area themed after the Pixar character Frozone from Incredibles, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson.
Did you just come up with that because we mentioned it at the beginning of the cast?
No, I actually have it written down.
Oh.
It's in my notes. Which, by the way, Samuel L. Jackson voiced Frozone, which is awesome. And having Samuel L. Jackson do the commercial, he's just sitting there with the new Captain America, Iron Man, just chilling in there talking about how they're feeling relieved. And outside you had the guy that's like Thanos, that's hot.
Yeah.
I can just imagine the commercial.
I will say this. What you're suggesting is very much based on commercialism right here in that...
Well, in terms of, like, the Frozone itself on advertising.
No, what I mean is that if you do this, then Disney's still going to, like, rake up millions of dollars from this, which I think is a lot more likely than the solution of... I was thinking that they were just going to put a giant one around the entire theme park, but that would be beneficial for everybody, and then they won't make any money off of that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
I've created the Frozone inside the marketing way of how Disney would do it. You will have several different Frozone areas throughout the park. You'll have like a main room, which is just the public that have waited in the line that goes in there, and they'll get 15 minutes. And then you go a little further for the Disney Vacation Pass members. There'll be a bigger room where it's like more of a lounge-like area with servers and whatnot. They'll be like dressed up as like Jack Frost, Frozone, various other Disney characters and ice characters.
Jack Frost is not a Disney character.
I'm just saying for example. What was that name of the character inside of that Frozen movie? The snow guy.
What, Olaf?
Yes, that.
You uncultured swine!
You don't know who Olaf is?
I couldn't remember the name for a second.
We are doing. I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. You should all just leave now. This can't get any better now. This is the end.
All right,
Let me
hold-
say this.
Line.
Let me
Hold
say this
up.
real quick. Just real quick, let me say this.
Mhm.
You had me sold for a little while because this sounded, like something that could actually work.
Mhm.
And it sounded like something that theme parks would actually implement because it would give them a lot of money. But then you lost me on not knowing the brand of where you are putting your device. So I think for that you should be disqualified.
Oh, hold up. I was aiming more towards Pixar characters and the Incredibles on the Frozone. Plus, I'm not that good at knowing Disney
Disney
princess
knows
characters.
like half of everything. You should be able to know the ones that there's only like a list of things that Disney does not own, and you named one of them. And then on top of it, you don't know who Olaf is. Like that was like their biggest selling point for years. Was Frozen. That's why they spent so much time making a second movie. And
Honestly,
then they made all
I
the spin-offs.
I
and
tried
things like
blocking
that.
out a lot of the Frozen crap just because all these little 10 and 11-year-olds just won't stop singing and let it go. So
that
I tried.
was years ago.
I tried blocking that out, and honestly, I haven't seen the movie
Alex,
since.
It's not about Let It Go anymore. It's about Into the Unknown.
Yeah, it's about that song.
What?
It's the one from the second movie.
Oh, that came out.
Yeah, no, it's been out for like 2 years now.
We gotta end the podcast. I'm so sorry, everyone. The podcast is ending.
No, it's not ending.
This is horrible.
Well,
It's
This
not.
has been a horrible experience.
No.
Well, we are technically reaching the end because we've all said our ideas, so now...
Roughly.
Yeah.
But I just want to cap off, like, because obviously, Six Flags will eventually come up with theirs. It's going to be like a crappier version. It's going to be called, like, the...
Hey, how dare you? They got DC. They'll be able to find something out.
They have licensing to have DC character names over there. They don't actually own DC.
Yeah, but they can use their names.
They can use names. They could probably have, like, the Mr. Freeze Lounge. No, it would be the Iceberg Lounge, like Penguin. Because
Yeah, things like
the
that.
Penguin that was the name of his lounge.
See, you can make anything like that. Like ice is one of the most brandable things inside of the world that you can do. It's just if you add something cold to it, all of a sudden you can do anything
Yeah.
ice-like to it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, crappier version, I'm just talking about, like, Six Flags, they don't spend the big butts like Disney does.
Yeah, well, Disney is like the cleanest, and it has like all the, it's perfected and everything. And Six Flags is like, oh, we tried.
We did our best, we got here.
I've been to both. I will say that Six Flags has amazing roller coasters, but Disney is a lot more polished.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it has more to do with, like,
It's a lot
it
more
was like the
polished.
big dream of the of Walt Disney.
Well, it's so polished and everything has to be perfect because if it's not perfect, then it's not presented type of thing. Things like that. It's like they have mistakes, but you don't see them because the moment that the camera's on, you have to be perfect type of thing. Where
Okay.
Six Flags is more like, oh, look at our roller coasters.
I just want to say, Serena, Disney isn't as clean as you think it is, because one time I was using the bathroom in one of their lovely resorts, and there was just a centipede crawling its way through the stone on the floor, and I'm like,
That happens. It's a bathroom.
We paid extra for cleaning fluffs. They could have at least take care
Which
of that.
park was it? Because you have to imagine, if it was just one of the public ones that are out, and
It was
Disney-
not public. It was not a public one.
Oh, it was a hotel.
It was a hotel.
Well, let's
Oh, well then Kelly has
just...
a sound argument.
It happens.
I will say it does happen.
It happens?
But-
No. This is Disney. This is Mickey Mouse. He can't let this happen. He can't let this ruin his big image.
Are you saying that you should be paid a certain sum for your losses?
Yes.
Well, technically, we can't imply that on this without possibly getting some legal reprimandations. We're just spitting it out.
No. I'm not asking them to pay me. I'm asking you.
I'm not gonna pay you money for having to deal with the centipede.
You're gonna pay me. I'm not sure how much it costs, but you're gonna pay me.
You know what? Well, we'll sort it out. We'll get you with my secretary. We'll work out a deal. It'll be fine. And FYI, my secretary's a cat.
Which one? We got free.
Cutie Pie, obviously.
Oh, is it because she's a woman?
No, it's because she's sassy enough to be one.
You know what? That's fair. That is fair.
So, yeah, my idea, mainly with my idea, I just feel like cryotherapy is the way to go in terms of cooling down.
You know what? That is a good
'Cause-
idea.
Plus, you have to remember, when you're walking through Disney towards like midway or the end of the day,
It's
you feel
hot.
like you've done a workout.
Yeah.
You're
Well, you
tired.
did.
your
You
mus-
walked like four miles a day while you're there.
Yeah, you use so much of your muscles, especially in your legs, just walking around, waiting in line, moving things around, running, trying to get to things on time, fast pass or not, you were rushing. And then with as hot as it was, that's an add-on. And whenever you get back to the hotel and you have yourself like a cold bath or a cold shower, or like when you touch the shower when it's cold,
Yeah.
or wash your hands when you're like really hot, you have to remember how relieved you felt after when you felt that cold water.
Yeah.
And with cryotherapy being something that's used inside of high-end gyms as a way to kind of recover from a big workout session, it works. And so, bigger scale, make it like a spa, cool yourself down. I feel like it's a sound idea.
You know what? Out of all the ideas, it's probably the most realistic.
Mhm.
But
It doesn't solve all the problems in the world.
that is true.
Well, no, the idea of the topic, which is beat the heat, is just coming up with ideas of beat the heat.
No.
I'm not saying the idea of the topic wasn't to create a large overall way to fix global warming or to overall fix heat. I was thinking of something smaller, just a small theme that's more comfortable for people. And a lot of people go to theme parks, so wouldn't it be more comfortable to find another way to cool down when you're just going around in Disney?
Okay. Well, let's say that we've all made our points, so I think that now it should probably be around the time where we see which one is best and take a vote.
Now, obviously, Alex doesn't deserve a vote.
Yeah.
What? Mine's is the most realistic.
He didn't solve all of the world's problems with heat. There are many problems with heat in this day and age, and he only solved one.
You know what? To be fair, he did solve a problem with theme parks and everything like that. And normally I would be like, ooh, that's logical. I guess that makes sense. But when he screwed up so badly on the whole Olaf thing, I don't think I can give him credit, for that.
Wait, hold on. But listen, y'all's big arguments, let's be 100% honest with ourselves. Yours was mainly about raising body heat, but you threw in a big story about squirrels versus camels.
What? It's true.
Yes, it is. And you literally just want to create a utopian civilization, people boning and sending people to space
Yes.
over a bingo game.
Yes.
I don't know
We
between...
are solving so many of the world's problems. Well, you only solved one. You don't deserve any points. You don't deserve to win.
What you're doing is, look, the world is a garden, okay? And you right now are trying to harvest the tomatoes of this garden. We're trying to make sure that we bring the whole crop out and sell it. You
Yes,
see?
but-
I feel like that we deserve more credit for the amount of thought and effort
Have
we
you
put
thought
into this.
about how much tomatoes is in food industry today? Tomato paste, marinara sauce.
Yeah, but not as much
ketchup.
as corn. Corn is fed to like everyone, animals, and everything. But so imagine, it's like, yeah, you got the tomatoes, but we have the corn and everything else. Oh yeah, and we'll also get those tomatoes because we're solving theme parks too. Because if you do get hot enough on either way, it's hot enough to become the sun, or hot enough that the camels are now on your side, you still get to go to theme parks and be fine with it.
Now that you say that, I'm just imagining a guy in a Mickey Mouse costume mounting a guy in a doll inside of a dolphin duck costume because Kaylee's idea of people boning all the time.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
That's gonna be scarring for children.
The
You
point
can't do that.
So, they'll grow up.
They'll grow up to be furries. Furries are the scum of the world.
I'm a furry.
You are the scum of the world!
Oh!
Hey, I will say this. I will say this on defense of furries. I used to think it was a weird thing, but recently I've got into Has-Been Hotel and Hello Boss, and then I realized that furries are people too. You may not be inside the same community as said furries. Like, I'm not, but I can respect them as people. It doesn't necessarily mean fucking all the time. Sometimes it's just you being inside of the line of your persona, and maybe I may not be a furry, but that does not mean that I condemn them for being who they are.
So, what you were saying is I can neither confirm or deny my standing in the furry community.
What I can say is that your argument's not improved by the whole furry thing, nor is it discriminated
Alright,
against or
so
anything.
how about this? Since I've had the most logical topic, and you...
Logical?
We have
mine's more realistic. Think about it.
Realistic?
You want people to be Super Saiyans!
Yes! This solves all the world's problems.
And plus, we don't have any definitive proof that squirrels and camels are fighting against each other.
Yeah,
Now, if you had definitive proof, I would say that your argument is sound.
Hey, to be fair, we do not have any definitive proof that Pluto is actually not a planet, yet
Yes,
everyone
we do.
says that it is.
It is
Not
actually
in my
proof.
mind. I do not listen to the proof. I do not
It's
want
not-
to hear it.
Well, Pluto is not a planet; it's a dwarf star. Is what it was.
Pluto is a planet.
But I say Alex doesn't deserve any chance of winning for no other reason but I think that he should not win.
You know what? That is fair. I am on board with you. You're outvoted.
Okay.
Okay, let's vote.
Okay.
So, okay, between Kaylee and me. who do you
Kaylee.
think- Okay.
Alex, you.
Me?
Yeah.
No, pick who? Pick who?
Serena.
Okay.
Because at least Serena's got a good argument.
Okay.
And comparative in you.
Okay.
What about you? You're the deciding factor. Well, then again, I guess you have to vote for me because you can't vote for yourself.
Serena's the winner. Of the
Yes!
podcast. Serena, you're the first winner.
Waffle love for the win! Yes! I like to thank my dad and my mom and my siblings who are here with me. I'd like to thank the academy. I'd like to thank my cats. I'd like to thank myself, my grandma, my other grandma, my grandpa, my great uncle who's probably a racist. I want to thank.
Your
I want to
grunkle.
thank. Yeah, my grunkle. I want to thank all three of my cats. I have an acceptance speech for this, but
You know what? Let's.
you really like me. You really like me. Ah! Okay, I'm done.
I can't believe Serena won the first Dum Dum.
Of course she was.
To be honest, I prepared this like 30 minutes before screen. I didn't think that this was going to win, but I am so glad that it did because, you know, I found my way. I had an original idea, but it just was not nearly as good as this one.
Whoa, what was it?
Well, you see, we have an inside joke, me and Bear here. Me and her, we had an inside joke. You see, one time I was eating a Totino's pizza, but the thing is, it was extremely burnt. But I did not want to waste it. So I started eating it, and you can, like, hear the crunching and everything. My jaw was tired from the amount of chewing I had to do, and then she was just staring in horror. And then she was like, why are you doing that? And then I'm like, well, I don't want to waste it. And then she's like, oh, okay, so if you're saying that if I got a trout just flew itself into the oven, I held the door open, it flew itself into the oven, and would you eat that trout? And I was like, I don't know, depends on the trout. And then from that, I thought to myself, what if we did that, but instead of an oven, it's a freezer? You open it up, and then the trout thinks it's an oven, so it goes into the oven. So it goes into the freezer. But the thing is, you can have like, you know, those ginormous grocery stores and how they have those ginormous freezers and everything like that. Let's do that so that you can hold like 500 fish at a time, and then you sell them by the pound.
How does this solve beating the heat?
Well, you see, you insert the trout inside of you, and then it cools you from the inside out.
I'm
Well,
down with this.
You see, that was my original idea, but I thought that was
Honestly-
too close to to bears over here. I thought that was too close because it involved sexual penetration. So I decided to go with my other idea instead. Which one do you think is better?
Honestly, Flips, that sound, now that you say that, I'm starting to rethink my vote, because that makes it sound as if you did steal Bear's idea.
Wait, no.
And that you did take the idea directly from her on terms of trying to raise body heat. So I'm going to use my Red Wing point to move it over here and give Kelly 2 points.
How does that? I said that I changed my idea because I thought it was too similar.
That win?
Just-
That won?
Bear,
bullshit.
you are the winner of the first Dum Dum Lab
Wow.
podcast.
Wow, I can't.
Because now we have definitive proof that she did steal your idea.
No.
So now you are the winner.
No.
Yay.
Hey,
And
Bear.
as the winner, you get to do the outro.
Oh, wow, that's great.
You're going to Alyssa Edwards me?
Yeah, okay. I just want to say I love you guys, all of you guys. I love you. Not you, Alex. I hate you.
She doesn't even appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't.
She's been here the whole time just testing her BF.
He's called my soft boy. You uncultured swine.
You know what?
No, sir, you can't talk.
No, I'm just going to say.
She
I'm
just
gonna
Alyssa
say to
is
you,
what did her.
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
You
you.
whore.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
And
No, I'm doing the outro. Thank you, everyone. I am the very first winner of the Dum Dum Lab, and I would like all of you to join us next time on the Dum Dum Lab, whatever that may be, in about 20 years.
Hey, what's the next topic, by the way?
No,
Well,
you
as-
don't know it yet.
we don't know it yet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll come up with it.
I feel like it's going to have something to do with men doing things.
No, you'll see.
We'll find out. Well, this has been the Dum Dum Lab tuning out.
Alex, you said I do the outro.
Okay.
You uncultured swine.
Oh, that's just you kind of rambling on.
Yeah, you cunt.
Yeah, cunt.
Okay, end it.
Alright, that's it. We're done.
Yay.
Bitch.